3 signs you are standing at the edge of a breakthrough. There is a phase in every transformation where life feels heavier than it ever has. Not because you are failing, but because something old is losing its grip. The moment before change is rarely calm. It feels uncomfortable, disorienting, sometimes even lonely. And if you are here, it does not mean you are broken. It means something inside you is being rearranged. Sign 1. You begin to feel deeply alone. Even when people are around you, there is a quiet distance that forms. Not sadness, not depression, but a subtle withdrawal. You stop explaining yourself. You stop defending your values. Not because you are afraid, but because you realize something important. No one else can carry this weight for you. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a person to learn what they think they already know." Most of the world is still convinced it understands itself, still clinging to familiar beliefs, familiar distractions, familiar noise. But something in you has shifted. The isolation you feel is not rejection. It is refinement. Old habits begin to fall away. Shallow connections lose their hold. Endless stimulation no longer satisfies you. And what remains is silence. Not emptiness, but space. Space to finally meet yourself without an audience. This is where clarity begins. Sign 2. You feel an intense urge to walk away from what no longer fits. There comes a moment when pretending becomes exhausting. You can no longer fake enthusiasm, not in conversations, not in routines, not even in your inner dialogue. The life you once tolerated now feels restrictive. You feel uncomfortable staying the same, uncomfortable chasing goals that were handed to you by others. Seneca warned us that learning how to live often means unlearning who we thought we were, and that process is painful, because growth demands separation from identities that once kept us safe. People may say you have changed, that you are being reckless, that you are abandoning stability. But stability that suffocates is still a cage. The discomfort you feel is not confusion, it is clarity. You are not losing direction. You are shedding what no longer belongs to you, and that process is never comfortable. Sign 3. Your emotions no longer control you the way they once did. This change is subtle, but it is the most powerful of all. Anger still appears, but it does not stay. Fear still knocks, but it no longer takes control. Sadness comes and goes, like clouds passing over a quiet mountain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the strength you are beginning to touch, not aggression, not dominance, stillness. You start observing your emotions instead of drowning in them. Pain no longer feels like an enemy. It becomes information, training, feedback. You begin to understand that reaction is optional, and a person who does not react impulsively cannot be easily controlled. This is where real discipline forms, quietly, without applause. What this phase really means, if everything feels unstable right now, it does not mean you are at the end. It means something old is dissolving. The exhaustion you feel is the cost of transition. The silence you feel is space being created. The distance you feel from others is alignment with yourself. This phase is not meant to look impressive. It is meant to build something unshakable. Closing reflection. If you feel tired of carrying this alone, if you have started saying no without guilt, if your inner storms are growing quieter, then understand this clearly. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are crossing a threshold. Do not rush this phase. Do not romanticize it either. Endure it, because what comes after is not noise. It is clarity. And those who develop clarity do not need to announce their strength. They live it.